Academy. Um, let's see. We've been open about 2.5 years. We're open 7 days a week. We do MMA classes. We got wrestling classes.
There
I
it
mean,
is.
I got a few college wrestlers. D1 and a D3 wrestler. That's pretty badass, man.
It's so
Dude,
frustrating. So frustrating.
oh, they're pains in the
Please be in
ass.
a gi. Please be in a gi.
I know. It's so much. Yeah, Nogi's such a pain
Oh God.
with those guys.
Yeah.
Gi, I'll just at least be annoying and hold them, but Nogi, it's tough. It's tough. I
Yeah.
don't care what belt I am. You
And that
know,
intensity, that constant pressure, constant
oh,
explosive, constant boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
and
I
I'm
love it.
small. It sucks. I, I'm I've been smashed my whole career. Now it's
Yeah.
at the point where I could be like, okay, I'm not going to get my guard pass, so I'm gonna chill
Yeah.
now. But then,
I'm kind of fortunate. I'm kind of fortunate in that. I know I'm not a small guy. I'm a super heavyweight.
yeah,
I'm at 214 now though, so
that's good.
slimming
That's
down.
slim. That's slim.
Yeah,
That's a good
I've
weight.
kind of dialed in on my diet. It really took me a minute, and I had some blood work done and figured out to what's going on with me because I have some
Good.
issues, some
Yeah,
physical issues. But
I just got blood work drawn actually last week, so we'll see too. But um,
yeah,
yeah, it's diet. It's so
oh yeah,
tough. It's tough.
yeah. For me, at almost 50 years old, it is so important right now.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why you don't look 50 is because you eat good. And yeah, the older we get, we can't be eating what we were eating
No,
before. And you need
like
fuel though too.
yeah, when you learn more about your body and you learn about what your body specific is supposed to be
Yes.
eating for your blood type,
For your blood type.
for how your body processes food, you know, it's yeah, meat was killing me, man. Red meat was killing me too. It was terrible, man.
Yeah.
But,
See?
yeah,
And red meat's I'm A positive.
yeah,
And
me
red
too.
meat's not good. See, red meat's
No,
not good for
no,
us.
not at all. Not
And
at
it
all.
sucks because it's good, for lift, it's good to put mass on with that. Like that gives you some
Yeah,
mass, but chicken, um,
I like chicken.
chicken, it's just so boring when I cut weight with chicken, but I
Yeah.
love my beef. But at the same time, yeah, it's hard to digest.
Dude, I was so in denial for even thinking that like eating with no cutting meat was the way to go. I was so like no, because I cook a great steak, dude, like the best steak I've ever had. I made myself. But
Loves.
so I never wanted to let it go. But I had like an infatuation with eating hot dogs every time I saw one. So I'm eating these nasty
Yeah,
ass fruit
yeah.
at
Hot
7-Eleven.
dogs
I
are
had to
so
eat them
good,
all day,
but
dude. Yeah,
they're bad. They are bad for you. They're bad
yeah,
for you, but they're so good.
terrible, terrible for the body. But now I feel it in the way since I listen to my body more. Like it sounds crazy, but listen to your body more about how it feels based on what you're eating. And if you feel like shit, chances are you had a double cheeseburger with all this bacon and cheese fries the night before, and you wake up the next
Absolutely.
day feeling like you're wondering why you don't want to train. Dude, what fuel did you put in your body? So I've really been
Absolutely.
dialing into that.
And there's times where I ate too much nonsense at night where I couldn't even train the next day, or I'd had a horrible training session where I almost threw up. I was like, never again. Never
Dude,
again am I eating this.
it got so bad when like after I had retired because I was drinking too. So it was like
Oh
the
yeah.
alcohol and the red meat got me so
Oh
it was I couldn't have a bowel movement for quite a while. So I was quite backed up.
no, that and I had like the same issue where I had like a candida outbreak. It's just
Ugh.
yeast throughout my body because I was taking too many antibiotics and I was eating like crap. I was eating nothing but sugar and I was not getting anything out. So everything was just like staying in me. My body was inflamed for a year. I couldn't
Yeah,
eat.
dude, I didn't even realize how bad the inflammation was hitting me. And I'm looking back at some of my old pictures, and like when I thought I was in halfway decent shape, and I'm like looking at my face even, and it's like inflamed, like swollen, like
Yeah,
all like I'm like bloated all over, like my body was just inflamed. And I'm
yeah.
like, man, had to be like the alcohol and what I was eating was definitely messing me up.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I looked at mine. I'm like, wow, I wasn't in good shape there,
Yeah,
you know.
I don't know how my dad does it, man. He's been an alcoholic his whole life, man. But he just drinks, dude. I don't know how he does it, bro.
Some people are
But
just immune to it.
yeah, it's his Irish genes.
Okay. That says it. That says it. That says it all.
My mother's Mexican, so I don't know. I didn't get that part for the Mexican side either. So I heard they had the
Damn.
strong drinking genes too, but I didn't get it.
Well, that's a good mix over there. That's a good mix. That's an
Yeah,
interesting mix.
yeah, it
I like
is. Makes for a hard head.
Yeah, yeah. Stubbornness, temper, a little bit, probably.
Yeah, it has. I've been really working on being at peace with myself, and I'm all about peace and love these days.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm
Pos-
trying to.
yeah, positive energy, dude. I want to spread as much positive love and energy as I can. And if I can help spread some positive shine on anybody else, I'll do it. And why? Because
And
it's
that's why I
fun, man.
teach.
It's fun to
Yeah,
do.
yeah. And that's why I teach jujitsu, because you want to. I like making people happy. I want to make people better themselves.
Yeah. But
I
that's the
get.
greatest thing. That's the greatest
Mhm.
thing. You take the pleasure in that little bit, that moment when you see the light bulb go off and that
Yeah,
person's like, oh, dude.
it's hard to find people that actually want to see good in other people, though, to do good. Like people are selfish. Not saying I'm not selfish in ways, obviously, but I put my students before me a lot. Like if I got to get them ready, I'll be like, okay, well, I'll get ready later. I got to get them
Yeah.
ready now. You
Yeah.
know.
Too many people do that. They focus on the negative and they only
Uh,
see the bad in somebody because maybe that person's humble and they don't talk about all the
yep.
good that they do. Why? Because that's not really good if I'm just talking bragging about, oh, look what I did. Just people just do
Yeah.
it. For the
Yeah.
goodness of their own heart, they just do it. And some people don't brag about themselves, but you know what I'm good about at? I'll brag about you. So if you're doing some good stuff, man, I'll brag about you, dude. And why
Yeah.
does it hurt me? It doesn't hurt me. Why? Because I think it's fucking great.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like when my students do good in competition, I'm blowing them up all over
Yeah,
Instagram, Facebook. It's awesome because I know when they see themselves up there and they see an instructor or whatever posting them, it's got to make them feel pretty damn good about themselves.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't like talking about myself all the like. It's hard. I started my YouTube channel to help veterans and to help jujitsu now because that to make my channel grow. But when I talked a lot about my experiences, I that the whole point was to help people fight their demons.
But not a
Um,
lot of people do that. Not a lot of people are willing to expose themselves because it's a hard thing to do, man. You don't want to talk about your own fears to
no,
the world because now they're your fears, and now everybody knows about them. So
everybody
that's
does.
that's a strong thing to do, dude. That takes incredible strength to do that.
And then you get judged. But then at the same time, you got to look at them, be like, who's even judging you? Like,
Yeah, it is what it
you
is.
can't, you,
I train at Carlson Gracie Temecula like 5 days out of the week. 10th Planet Oceanside on the weekends. Poway,
that's
I'll be there
awesome.
soon. That's where my haters, all my haters who judge me, they can go there. Come find me.
and that's what it is. It's
Yeah,
haters are your, what is it? Your biggest fans, basically,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
or bitter fans,
Yeah. They're like,
um,
how's this old guy up there doing 25 pull-ups, man? What's he doing?
hell yeah.
I just stay working out, bro.
Don't worry about me. How about you go work out, you do what you got to do, you focus on your goals, and you'll have the same mindset. And
Yeah, yeah.
like about keeping your body healthy, the COVID should have opened eyes for half the country.
100%.
And there's
Please
people.
keep talking about that.
I so all right. Well, there's this guy I used to work with. He I had COVID December finally for Christmas, and I was
So
open
did my,
since.
so did my wife.
Oh, it was great. Good Christmas gift. And it was basically like a cold. I didn't have anything, no fever, no nothing. I'm a little under the weather right now, and this is worse than kind of how COVID was. Except COVID, I had like stomach upset for about a week, and just like really tired for like 3 days. But other than that, and it lost some taste and smell. But anyway, the reason why is because it probably didn't affect me as that, and half of my school had it from bringing it in. We didn't have any spread, which was very very good
Good, good.
because it was a bitch over the winter because it seemed like every week someone was like, shit, I got COVID. Okay, now we got to go quarantine. But at the same time, everybody that had it in my gym and even the family members, nobody had it bad. Nobody.
Yeah.
Maybe a few people had fevers. And some people even had diabetes and had it. Some people had asthma and have it. And guess what? They weren't bad. They weren't dying. They weren't in the hospital. So, and again, I'm saying that not disrespect for the people that have passed away from, stuff with COVID, but like one of my former workers, was just in the hospital for COVID, and I think he's younger than me. And I'm like, that shouldn't be happening. And but then you look at the habits that these people do. You look at
Healthy.
alcohol. You look at I probably haven't taken a vitamin in my whole life. I drink. I eat like shit. I don't care about my health.
And
I'm
those are the people that like you're talking about. They're wondering why am I in the hospital with COVID?
yeah. He's
Yeah,
the
but
poor guys in
I'm
in the
49 years old. I'm 49 years old eating a double cheeseburger for breakfast, smoking cigarettes on the way to my car.
it's and it sucks because it's like you see this guy and he's like thinks like he's dying and I'm like, man, dude, you shouldn't. The thing is, you shouldn't be going through that right now. You're
Yeah,
not 80, you're not 70, you're not 90 years old. You know, this shouldn't kick your ass like that. I don't know, man.
I
It's
mean,
tough.
I'm sure there's some people that have there's having some like if you have emphysema or something, or if you do have asthma, it's gonna mess you up and
Oh,
make
it's
you
gonna
have
affect you. And the breathing issues were what weren't the best with COVID. Like
yeah.
I have bad allergies where I can't breathe, like take deep breaths, and I felt it. So, you know,
I don't know.
um,
My wife got it. She was sick for a little bit, pretty bad, and my youngest, he was sick for like a day. My oldest, my 16-year-old, he like sneezed one time, I think, and he was,
see,
and
it's
then I woke up feeling like I had like, oh, I think a cold's coming on. I think a cold's coming on, but like I never got sick,
wow.
and it like, and I still never did. And of course, I took my time off because I was coaching with the kids, and I didn't want to be
Yeah,
back on the mat if I had
yeah.
COVID, so I had to get tested. And then I had to wait the 2 weeks to make sure everything came back okay, and I got tested again. You know what I mean? That was good. You know?
I know a lot of the guys' wives were poor. The poor wives. A lot of my students' wives had it probably worse than they did. They would have like fevers. They were sick
Yes.
like th 3 to 5 days. I'm
He
like,
was
damn.
sick.
I mean, it
He was sick.
sucks. I get it because COVID's it's something that your body
She
just doesn't know.
everybody she lost some weight too because she didn't eat for like a long time. So everybody said, "Wow, you're losing weight." She came back to training. You're losing weight. What are you doing? She's like, "COVID."
COVID.
What's
Yeah,
the secret? COVID.
COVID. No, it did. It messed with my stomach. I didn't like that. It's a weird. It was a weird. It's a weird virus. Just a weird.
Weird thing. And it messed
I
with everybody too. And it's
don't,
got that's
different.
what's got the mental. I think it's got the mental stress in the country heightened
Oh,
so much because we boxed everybody up. They couldn't get outside. They couldn't get activity. They couldn't get sunlight for Christ's sake.
they
They couldn't get
ruined.
they couldn't get they couldn't get that bond with anybody else. They couldn't get the human connection with anybody else at the gym, on the mats, on the basketball courts, whatever, dude. You know, and it's driving people crazy.
I've lost a few people to alcoholism that my students, and I hope they're watching this right now. We've been waiting for them to come back. They show up for a week and he doesn't come back for 2 months. It's demons. It's fucking demons. And I'm irritated by it because it brings us back because he's one of my guys, and I've had my students reach out to him. We don't just let people fade away here. You know, I'm not gonna let some people just quit. Like I'm gonna bug the shit out of them. You have demons. Guess what? I got demons. Get on the fucking mats and just talk. Talk to us. Nothing you're gonna tell me is gonna weird me out. Nothing you tell me is gonna make me be like, holy shit, God bless it. You know, no. I've seen probably whatever. I like you said, I've saw enough than people have seen their whole lifetime. And
Yeah,
that's not saying I'm a badass or I know everything. No, but you talk to my ass. Talk to me. Don't
yeah.
don't
A lot
let
of
these
people are
demons win.
yeah, a lot of
Pisses me
people are
off.
afraid to open up because, like you said, they're afraid to get judged, and they're not knowing that you've probably gone down that same road that they're walking on right now, and you're dealing with the same issues or something very similar that I can relate to you, bro. Just tell me what's going on, and
Yep.
it brings a little more strength, dude, when you hear that somebody else is suffering too, and somebody else is hurting and
Oh hell
has
yeah.
had mental struggles too. I have, and I sat out when I hurt my rib here and I was on the couch for a week, right? And oh my God, that drove me crazy in my head. I was so in my head, dude. I don't have it was first time I was injured. I didn't have the Marine Corps to dive into and
Oh
lose
yeah.
myself in with the perks. I couldn't lose myself in my former Marines anymore. It was just me on the couch with all of my failures coming back over and over to haunt me. And it was just a terrible place to be, man.
It's tough. And that's when the demons will sneak up. Um Like when I had COVID for 2 weeks, I didn't train. And I felt like I could work out, but I wasn't gonna go train with anybody. Um, yeah, I wasn't doing too great. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, come on,
It's the
don't
hardest thing.
I know what it's trying to do to me. Don't let it happen.
Yeah, it's the hardest thing to do is to ask somebody to trust you. But it's good that you're there for that, brother. It really is. People need that. People
And
in this world right now, they need that light, man. More
it,
people do.
they can't not socialize people. It's like you don't socialize a dog. What are they going to do? They're probably going to hate other dogs. Well,
Yeah,
you're not socializing us. You're putting this BS news that just says nothing but negativity. Holy
all the
cow.
time,
Doom
all the
and
time.
gloom, doom and gloom.
Yeah, it's all this ever shows is the negative. They don't focus on the positive, man. They don't focus on the hundreds of thousands of people doing good things every day, man. Like
I don't see.
the people I surround myself with are all doing great things, man.
Yeah,
Like they're just genuinely just to see some good happen in the world. I love that.
people got to turn off the TVs. Turn off the
Yeah,
damn TV. Don't give CNN, Fox News, CNBC. Don't give any of them attention. Don't. Go outside the real world and see what's happening yourself because there's still people I know that haven't left their damn house because of COVID, and that makes me sick to my stomach. That makes me hurt because
yeah.
for one, they're that brainwashed, and that's scary. Two, you're letting people tell you what to do that you don't even know. It's
Yeah.
tough because it's like trust your government. When's the government done something like really good for us for our intention purposes only? It's
Yeah, for us only, for the citizens only, right? I
I,
mean, the stimulus, right? They're gonna say, "Oh, the stimulus, it was something," but it doesn't compensate for all of the.
I didn't even. I mean, I'm gonna take the money. I don't want it because I know in the long run it's gonna be worse for us.
Yeah,
And I feel like a lot of people just that don't want to work. They say, "Oh, I don't want to work because of COVID." A lot of laziness, and a lot of people think that they're owed something, and that's what kind of COVID kind of brought out in everybody too.
yeah.
Like, well, since I don't
It's
work, I'm gonna stay inside and I'm just gonna do whatever I want and get paid. Like, what the
so
hell?
wow,
Spoiled.
so
And,
spot on too.
and yeah, it's tough, and you see it, and it's
But it
tough
brings
being
up
a
the
military member.
yeah, but yeah, you talked about it. It brings out the laziness in everybody, and it's a real human thing. Like Jonathan said, reality sets in, and somebody
Does
said, "Hey, do I really want to go back to work, or I want to just be lazy and sit here and get paid?"
shit? I get it. I
Yeah,
get it. I was when I was at home on quarantine. I'm like, man, I could stay up all night. I don't have to wake up in the morning. Blah blah blah. But that wasn't right, man. I
hell
was
no.
getting paid to not even teach
But you
my
don't.
students.
But if these people would start to freaking get out and get, like you said, get some activity, set themselves some goals, feel some accomplishment in your life, even if they're small goals, man, and you whether it's weight loss goals, you're slimming down for a tournament, something, you get out there and you compete at that tournament, and you win or what you don't, whatever it is, just get out there and do your thing. But freaking, it just brings such a rewarding feeling to yourself, and if
Man.
people can just feel that, it's just fuel for your soul. And
And
you
and
can't just you can talk about it all day, but until they get on the mat and feel it or do something
it's the
physical
best
activity
feeling.
to feel it. Yeah,
It's the best feeling. I mean, to get your hand raised, even in a little tournament, that's the best feeling because you put in that work. Nobody else did. You put that work in.
yeah.
And that's what people need. If you focus and your mind is racing with nothing but thoughts, which mine always races with thoughts. Well, I put those thoughts and I focus on like I'll put all those like if I have bad thoughts, I'm gonna switch it and put the good thoughts on paper. Like I'm gonna do a circuit. This is what I'm don't get sucked into the negative all the time. And that's why you
Yeah,
have
how
to
do you
surround yourself with
tell,
good people.
tell me about that again, dude? You said because when you start to spin, because this is where I have an issue. Sometimes when I start to spin, I can't pull myself out of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I can't pull myself out of that spin. So
Yep.
how do you battle that?
When I get like some crazy spins, I am like, okay, I'm gonna start writing down some workouts. I'm gonna start. Let's do a cool circuit for a 10-minute round. Let's see what I could do for a 6-minute round. How I could. So I just try to put that, and I just try to put it on paper or
I like that.
computer just to
I like
get the hell out of where I was.
Yeah, I like that. 'Cause I've been into this kettlebell movement so I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to
That's
learn
good
something
stuff.
different. Kettlebells are different. It's been really hitting my core and helping me out a lot. So
Look, and that's the thing, like lifting for jujitsu or MMA and whatever, or Muay Thai, it's different than lifting for overall just to look good or
yeah,
bodybuilding. You can't do it.
yeah,
And a lot goes
yeah.
into it, and I think having the right trainer is very important for that.
Yeah, I never really lifted for that. I mean, I always lifted for a purpose.
Yes.
I always believed in functional fitness. Like some people, oh, you got to really do this because it really brings out your lats or your whatever. I'm
Yeah,
like, whatever, bro. Is it gonna help me knock you out, or is it gonna help me choke you? One of the two.
exactly. I don't. If when I was like 18, I started lifting. 17, oh yeah, I wanted the biceps. I want the chest. I want to look a little muscular. I was skinny as hell. But then when I started getting older, I'm like, muscles aren't going to save me from fighting. Like
Yeah.
it's good to be strong, obviously, but the littlest guys in the world could mess up the biggest guys in the world that don't
Dude.
know anything.
Oh,
Uh,
seriously. I've had it happen to me almost on a daily basis sometimes.
yeah, it's good. It's humbling, very humbling.
Yeah, yeah. It is, man. We got like Tino is one of our professors. I outweigh him by probably a good 50 pounds, or I used to anyway, not anymore maybe.
Yeah,
But yo, Tino Martinez, man, he just murders me whenever he wants. But he also, when I was injured, he was one of my best training partners because he just made me work the whole
yeah,
round and just never let me tap. He'd get me right there and let it go and do something else, you know?
yep, yep. Did you ever get to train with Eddie at all?
Eddie,
Bravo, Bravo.
no, I have not. No, I have not. I just recently started training with 10 Planet down there because
Okay,
one of my buddies, John Romero, he joined the team a little while ago and he's a black belt there. And
okay,
so he was inviting me for a while. So we finally said, you know what, let's go check it out, see what all the hype's about. We went
yeah,
down to 10 Planet Oceanside on Sunday, and the vibe, man, was so awesome. And the people
good
there were
vibe.
so great. Man, Gio is so great. Martinez is just so awesome. And he's just so welcoming. I got my wife, who's never really been into Nogi, just because she would go watch and she'd hang out and we go eat afterwards, and hang out. Um, it just drew her. She just wanted to be a part of it. So now she got
Good,
on the mat for Nogi, and now she's training Nogi. I'm like,
good, good. And it's good. It's important to do both. It
yeah,
really is. It's important to do
yeah,
both. I know there's always gi versus no gi, and I
yeah,
could I could have that talk to whatever, but there's different. They're for different points too. There are different reasons. You got sports jujitsu, you got submission only. It all depends.
yeah.
You should be good at all of them. You should be good at
Right.
everything.
I like Nogi. I do like
Me too.
Nogi. I'm still on the wait list for Nogi pants. I'm hoping that plays out. I heard they're opening it up. People are getting let in and stuff. So, but
It's already closed.
well, yeah, they
No.
closed up like the first. They opened it up. Everybody I went to go register it was already closed out. I'm like, dang, I was
Holy
waiting
shit! That just
to get
oh yeah, it
I
just
was hoping
opened.
to get my IBJJF recertification done, and they filled up before I even got a chance to do that. And then I was like, dang.
I think it's because
But yeah,
oh
they had to balance the brackets now, and so they're supposedly they're working that. And I've been seeing some of the people that are on my page and friends of mine that have been getting emails. And just check your email, bro. Check your email.
yeah, I got an email yesterday from IBJJF for Miami because like everything's closing up. If I don't sign up, like I signed up for Detroit, New Orleans the same day it opened, just to put
Yeah,
my name out there. Like if my knee gets destroyed, I could always not go. But
yeah,
but yeah, of course they called me now for Miami, but I'm like, I'm not gonna. I don't want to do three tournaments in a row because it's too much.
yeah.
Back